Love doctor, when do I go into a new relationship after I've ended a relationship? So let's talk about that. And we're going to be quick, as you know. Now, for most of you who don't know me, I am a loveologist. I'm a relationship specialist, strategist. I help people with their relationship. I help you find love, keep love, enhance love. It doesn't matter if you're homosexual, heterosexual, single, dating, shacking, or married. I'm helping you with all aspects of love. And so what I do is give you information of things you never really talk about or discuss with your mate, with yourself, or just don't understand. Now, this topic is good. So make sure you like my page, share my page, um, subscribe, do what you can to let others know, because I'm giving you information that you really just don't think about uh, when it comes to understanding relationships. And so what we need to do is help each other understand how to love better and have better relationships. Now, this subject today it goes well with anybody who's in a relationship, and especially those who are coming out of a relationship and don't know if they should continue or wait. So this is something that should definitely be discussed. Now, let's talk about what type of relationships is considered a relationship that you moved on from, and what's the difference. Now, if you were involved in a relationship where you were supposedly, quote unquote, committed, uh, someone you were just dating, or someone you was just met, or you were married, when is the best time to now enter into the next relationship? So let's talk about each one. If you were dating, it's okay to go ahead and date the next person and go on into the next relationship, because you were just dating. So you're not in a serious relationship. You're not locked down with anyone. It's not a definite. It's not permanent. You're just in a relationship with someone that you're getting to know. So now let's say you're in a committed relationship. Committed relationships are, quote unquote, stating you and I have decided to make a decision that we will just only see each other, and that no one else is to penetrate that relationship. That you're not going to be have sex with anyone else. You're not going to date anyone else. You're not going to do anything else with anyone else but me. Now, that is considered a committed relationship. When a committed relationship has ended, is it okay to enter into another relationship soon after? Now, different types of committed relationships exist. They could be one that you have your own place and they have their own place, or it could be the type of committed relationship where you live together and in a committed relationship, you're not married, not engaged, but you live together. That's considered shacking, or living together. Those are considered committed relationships. So if you're in that relationship and it has been a year you've been together, 2 years you've been together, 5 years you've been together, do you need time before you enter into the next relationship? And the answer is yes. And here is why. You have to know, am I ready for the next relationship? Am I over the past relationship? Do I understand the relationship that ended? Was it my doing? Was it their doing? You have to know first what was the reason, because you don't want to carry what you had in a past relationship to a new relationship, okay? So you have to give yourself time. Time is more like anywhere from 2 months to 6 months. It depends on how long, the longevity of the relationship, because you need the time to see what is it about me that I caused the relationship, or what is it about them that caused the relationship, so I don't enter into that again, okay? So it's best to give yourself time before you enter into another relationship, okay? Now, the next kind of relationship is if you are married. So you're in a married relationship and it ends. It doesn't matter if you ended the relationship. It doesn't matter if he or she entered the relationship, who the other person in the relationship. If you're married and you end a relationship, is it a good time to enter into another relationship? And when is a good time? Well, here's the reality about being married and getting out of a marriage. You can enter into relationships when you're married, during it, but it's not a good idea. And here's why. When you are coming out of a marriage, if you're not divorced yet, you're still carrying guilt, anger, thoughts, why, happiness out of it. And you need time for self. Because you could have been married 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years. And if you enter straight into a relationship out of a marriage, you're not giving yourself time to understand why the relationship ended the way it did. What was the cause of the relationship? Was it my fault or was it their fault? So you need time for yourself. If you enter into a relationship immediately after ending a marriage, you are just going into a relationship to fulfill your emptiness because you're lonely, because you want to be with somebody or you're used to being with somebody. And if you go right into a relationship, just coming out of a relationship, trust me, you are still thinking about the past. You're still wondering about the past. You're still carrying some type of issues or problems or baggage from the past. You haven't cleared that up yet. So why would you bring someone into your life to fulfill your emptiness, your loneliness, your wanting some sex? Go have some sex. If that's what you want, shit, just go have some sex. You don't have to go into a relationship, committed relationship, knowing you're not ready. So take the time for yourself and get to know yourself. So the answer to all of that is there's a time and a place for each relationship that you go into or enter into based on the type of relationship you were in. And so were you dating? Were you committed? Or were you married? And all that have to do with time. It have to do with giving self time to understand what caused what took place yesterday so that you don't make the same mistake tomorrow. Okay? So I hope that information helped you. Quick snippet, we give you some information and get you going. Make sure that you understand. Make sure you share and like. Remember to subscribe. I'm going to bring you something every day that is going to be a intriguing conversation that we can talk about. Thank you for being with me. It's such a pleasure. Make sure, thank you, Wesley, for commenting and talking to me about what's going on.